Hello, good evening and a belated welcome to NARC Live. It's Wednesday the 15th of December 2021, coming to you live from Norfolk on the east coast of England with Tammy M0TC.
Hello.
And me, David G7URP. I'm going to tell you now, those of you obviously watching this now, watching on BATC, because Facebook do seem to have problems. We've noted as well that there are European problems with Facebook going live, which we didn't realise obviously when we started. And when you have problems, you always assume it's us, not somebody else. But they do actually have problems with live video and things in particular. So we're going to just go ahead on BATC for the first time, which is a bit of a shame, but there we are. So I hope everybody on Facebook has got our message. And welcome to you all to BATC. Thank goodness we stream this to two places.
Yep.
Anyway, on tonight's show. It's our NARC Christmas party, better late than never, and it starts straight after the news. We share some Christmas greetings. And we find out what on earth this is. But first, I start with some sad news. Because Brian Skelton, G0MEE, sadly passed away last Thursday in James Paget Hospital. Brian had been ill for some time, and actually we sent him a card way back in October to the hospital. Now he's often heard on the air, on NARC Nets and after the GB Tourist News, but mostly he was known for his membership of the Lowestoft Amateur Radio Club, where someone described him as the backbone of the club, so clearly be much missed. We did see him at Barford this year, in fact, as well. That's a picture that's been sent to us to use tonight. So we're very sorry if you're hearing this for the first time especially. It's never good news to bring anybody. But Brian, G0MEE, silent key, last Thursday. Now, going back to last Wednesday on NARC Live, when we featured another programme all about filtering. And Chris G4CCX writes to us and says, regarding USB leads and last week's talk, which I found very interesting, I picked one up at random and measured it, as in the talk, between 5 and 15 ohms and unreliable. Just as an experiment, I got my Brasso out and gently cleaned each end, then wiped it with a dry cloth. Now it measures a reliable 0.16 ohms. Just a thought before throwing a lead away, nothing lost trying to clean it up. It's all to do with the plating, if you did miss last week's show, by the way. I tried the same on another USB lead and it didn't improve matters much, so it must be worth a try before throwing the lead away. So thanks, Chris. I'm sure, like many of us, and certainly for me, I'd never seen that sort of resistance on a relatively short 2-metre lead, but we were getting crazy resistances, presumably because of cheap plating on some cheap cables. So although we were looking at last week at USB cables and things, I think it's worth checking any of cables, particularly if they're cheaper ones, to make sure that the plating is working well. And because of that sort of resistance, if it was in the RF lead on a BNC plug or a PL259 or something, it could be quite serious. You could lose quite a lot through that. Now, I've been quite honestly amazed at the number of people that bought into the filter project. When I offered to buy in some parts, it's because I had 4 or 5 people write and said, oh, if you do buy some, can you include me? Because in total, there were over 40 orders. 40 people ordered, 34 of them ordering the complete kit, which was wonderful to do, but it kind of caught me unawares because I thought we'd talk about half a dozen or so, and it's turned into a mini industry in the last week or so. Anyway, for those of you who have ordered, for those of you who haven't, I'm afraid it is too late. But for those of you who ordered by by Monday, I'd ordered everything in and it started to come in now. In fact, today we got I think the cable in today. So I will be in touch with you. Please be patient. I realise that Christmas is coming up and that for many of you it will be an ideal time to work on these. My earnest hope is to get these shipped early next week, and also, of course, if you're collecting them, and around about, I think there were 24 people we need to post them to, 20 odd people we need to post them, just a bit more than that, who are going to collect it from here in Norfolk. But please bear with me. I'll do an invoice, you'll know how much to pay, and then you'll be able to collect it, I really do hope, before Christmas. Thanks for the support, though, on the project. And next we have a picture from Steve G3AVA. You may remember that last week we met his new companion, Alfie K9 dog. Well, he sent us this picture this week. It says, I've attached a picture of Alfie on his new bed. Unfortunately, he's failed to read the instructions. And yes, a sheepadoodle is a real thing. It's a cross of an old English sheepdog and a poodle, sometimes called a sheepapoo or she-poodle. They are intelligent and very friendly, just not good at working out how a bed works. Lovely. Looks like he's going to take over the whole thing.
He does.
Remember, was it 39 kilos he weighed, Tammy,
Yeah.
I think?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Next, we have some Christmas greetings. If you have just joined us, by the way, and you've hopped over from Facebook, Facebook themselves do have issues. It isn't us. And so welcome to British Amateur Television Club. Thanks to them for letting us have this streaming service every week. We have 2 separate computers that stream to each platform. And I'm really pleased that we do at this time. So welcome to you if you've just joined us for the first time on BATC. Now, we've had some Christmas greetings. This was an idea from John, 2E0TWQ, who thought that rather than sending Christmas cards to everybody, he thought he'd try and do it virtually. So he sent us this from him. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all from 2E0TWQ. I bet you don't own that number plate, John. I can't think where that would be anyway. So thank you for that. And someone else who did the same was Bob, G6PWS, who sent us this. Very nice. And very apt as well for radio amateurs.
Key then.
Yeah, apparently.
I see.
To all at NARC. Thank you very much to both of you. If you want us to feature your Christmas greetings card, a virtual card like that, then send us your picture by 3 o'clock, absolute latest next Wednesday, particularly this week actually, because it's going to be very busy next Wednesday for us. So send it to us and we'll be happy to show it on next week's show, just before Christmas. And it's a good time to mention actually this, because we have redesigned our Christmas card, thanks to Tammy. Most of this is Tammy's handiwork here. I don't know if you want to show it up here, Tammy. This is what we can send to anybody on this camera.
I can.
Oh, sorry, you've got a caption up, haven't you?
Right.
There we are. That's what this card, we've designed this card, and we've got a few pictures there from things happened through the year, from Barford and Jimmy Cricket there from last Christmas, and all about the club. And we'll be happy to send this to anybody you like. Just drop us a line with their name and address. We'll add your name to ours and send this to anybody that you wish us to. Now, little people, Tammy, over to you. I'm sorry, we're all a bit disrupted because of the last 20 minutes we've been trying to get things working. But anyway,
the little people.
Back to the script.
This week. I'm not sure my microphone's working very well. It's because it's in a funny place.
I can hear you.
I can't hear myself properly.
I can hear you in both ears, both my earpiece and that.
Perhaps you don't want to hear me.
Moving on.
Here's the little people this week. Christmas hat made of buttons. Is that cool?
Yes.
I reckon they're glued together.
Do you think that is vertical, or do you think they've taken a picture of it looking down? Or am I overthinking it?
I think they're glued together.
Yeah, you are, because they've got a shadow look, which wouldn't happen if you were looking down on it. That's clever, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit of glue. Miniature-calendar.com. We feature a picture from there every week. Tammy's got a little project to do one of our own soon. We'll hopefully show you that very soon.
Yeah, maybe. I've just moved my microphone. I think it might be a little bit better.
Okay, all right. Hope you can hear us all right as well at home. So please keep in touch. Getting near that magic time at Christmas, but we always like your news and your views and your pictures and your Christmas greetings indeed. Do send them to the usual address, radio@dcpmicro.com by 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. Absolute latest, but ideally earlier, because we do try and put this thing together, especially next week. It's going to be quite complex if we carry it off. Anyway, more of that later. So let's have a look at what's happening. Next it's all put out because of everything. Let's have a look at this puzzle that we set you every week when we say, what on earth is this?
That weird thing.
That weird thing.
Yep.
And you wouldn't let me give any clues.
No.
This is Tammy's item, and it's her picture.
Yep.
Do you have anything you wish to say, madam? No?
No.
All right. Shall we read out what people think it is?
We can.
Have we got anything? But I have to have a look on here. Lots of
dodgy jokes.
Dodgy jokes. Okay, well, we'll be trying to read some of those later on as well. We have a couple emailed to us as well. We will come to them, I promise you. But let's have a look at this. What on earth is this object? John 2E0TWQ says, could this be an LED light bulb? As I see a wire connection on one end, similar to a push-in car bulb. Oh. Okay.
Tony M0TDK says, I think this week's mystery object is an attachment to a sewing machine used to ice cakes.
A sewing machine to ice cakes?
Crazy.
Well, I can see that it could ice cakes, but I cannot think that that could do anything to do with the sewing machine. Tony's at it now. Martin G3ZQU says, I think it's the remains of a spent party popper. Can definitely see what he means there.
Yeah, could do.
But there's a bit of a clue there, Martin. Have a look at the bottom right.
Bob G6PWS says, is it a Christmas tree light bulb?
Now, that does remind me of those little wires there. And you wouldn't let me tell them it was seasonal, would you?
No.
Okay. Nev M0NFY. Is this week's what not a spool carrier for a sewing machine? I can imagine the spool fitting in the wide end with the thin end latching it under the needle. I think you can get help for this sort of thing.
I think so, yeah.
Everything's a sewing machine to me.
Steve G3EVA says, is the mystery object a Christmas decoration?
And Tom Miller G8XQD says, this week's item looks to me like an accessory to plug into a string of Christmas tree lights. Mainly the connector is a standard tree light fitting, maybe, excuse me, a light sensor to turn the Christmas tree light on and off, or a motorised tree ornament rotator, or a musical carol playing gadget to plug into a string of Christmas lights. But Tammy, as it was your object, what is it?
I have it here.
Okay.
Where are we? Here.
That's
so
the
you
real
can
thing.
See,
okay.
Hang on. You see it? So obviously that's probably not the best thing. So people are getting it nearly right. So obviously we've got a Christmas tree light bulb here. So the end is the same. Don't know if you can see that. Don't know if I can get
Try
close
putting
enough
it
to the camera.
at the side. That's it. Then we can see the shadow of against the background. Yeah, okay.
So, but this is a flashing unit. And it's a brand called Pifco, which I think now is a brand that people can buy, can't they? I think it's not actually a brand anymore. It's a Pifco flasher unit, number 1373.
And you used to sell these in your shop, didn't you? You used to work?
I'm not sure. I think we sold these, but this is one that's been in our family for years because we used to have a set of lights that went up the window and it always flashed.
And of course, this is long before LED lights.
Used only with series connected lighting sets to BS 4647, maximum 30 watts. Never removed white fuse lamp to fit this flasher unit.
Oh, that was a safety lamp, wasn't it? I seem to remember.
It was a fuse bulb because it was
Fuse bulb,
rated
yes.
slightly lower, I think, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So there you go.
Well, there we are. LED lights, I suppose that wouldn't work with anything like that nowadays,
No.
but that's lovely to see. So it was very seasonal. Thank you for that, Tammy.
Yep.
And well done to you those of you. Got it kind of right. You know,
On the right track,
yeah,
I
you were
think.
definitely on the right track. And Tom was probably the closest, really, at the end, I think.
Yeah.
But nobody quite said the flashing, so half a point each of you. Anyway, let's have a look at the brand new item for what on earth is this? Okay. What do you think this is? Any ideas? Let you have a look at it for a while, but as usual, this will be on our website and on a newsletter and on Facebook, probably, if that works, very, very soon. And you've got until next Wednesday at 3 o'clock at the very latest to tell us what you think that is. I know you might think, you know, I kind of think what that is, but just have a good look at it. Look at all the things there. There are lots of clues to what that is. And we will show you what it is next week and who sent it in. Okay. We are still playing around with bits and pieces here, I think, because it would happen as well tonight on what is really quite a complicated show, to be honest, for us.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, let's just tell you what's happening on the club next week. It's 8:05 or 6 minutes past 8. Sorry about that. We are late again. If you have just recently joined us, if you went to Facebook and saw our message, welcome to BATC. Thank goodness we have them as a backup because there are problems with going to Facebook Live. Excuse me. So this week, NARC on Sunday at 7 o'clock is the GB2RS News on GB3MB. On Monday, the 20th of December at 7:30, it's the Monday Night Net. This week with Nigel 2E0NLK as your host. At 8:30, it's the 80-metre CW Net on 3.543 megahertz. And next Wednesday, the 15th of December, it is a surprise.
15?
50. Did I say that? No, I didn't mean that, did I? 22nd of December. Sorry. It's a surprise. But we're not telling you about it yet because it has to be confirmed. With a few changes of things around the society at the moment, we've just got to confirm it's going to be okay to do it. So please trust us. We will definitely be... One thing we will promise you, there will be an ARC Live here. at 7:30 next Wednesday for sure, but we're not going to tell you what it is just yet until we have everything sorted out, and then we can be sure. So please watch out for NARC Live next week. And it's not Christmas card, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. We'll be happy to post this to anybody. Probably a bit too late to post one abroad now, but anybody in the UK would be very happy to post this. Just send us a note with the name and address and your name, and we will add it to ours and send it off in the next few days.
Yep.
Now we're on to our major event. This is our Christmas party, and you may be thinking, how are they going to do a Christmas party online? Well, we did do it last year. We thought we were better prepared this year, but maybe not. It's a lot of cameras, a lot of changes around the studio happening in the last few days.
Yeah, your jumper has changed, and it looks a bit weird on the TV.
Do you know, I'd have been told off if I'd done this on the Beeb.
Sort of like,
yeah, they didn't like small patterns.
Funny
because
thing.
Yeah, I think that probably will be showing a little bit like that at home.
Eyes go funny.
Yep, you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't wear green either. But don't worry, we're not using chroma key on this camera, so we'll be all right, I think. Moving swiftly on then. So this is about Christmas party. Now what you will need is a pen or a pencil and a bit of paper. So if you can get that ready, if you haven't already got that, and then we're going to tell you about some fun games that we're going to have. We'll ask you to keep your score, because at the end there should be an overall winner, and there'll be something very special that they can do to help somebody, some organisation at the end of the evening. So I hope you'll bear with us. Tammy, over to you. You've got all the buttons there.
I've got all the buttons, yeah.
So let's welcome to NARC's Online Christmas Party 2021.
NARC does countdown.
NARC does countdown, and it's round dot dash.
Do you know what that means? No.
It's on the script.
Oh, okay.
A, I think. So it's going to be educational as well.
A. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Fair enough.
So this is our first round. It's called NARC Does Countdown.
So it's the countdown letters game. Da, 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 da.
And we hope that most of you have seen Countdown, but if you haven't, we'll explain what we're going to do. And it will be just like playing that. Now, what you'll be doing though at home is telling us the length. We're going to put 9 letters down, and the idea is for you at home to come out with the longest word that's got to be in this. Now that's what I thought they used. It's so long since I watched Countdown, but now I looked at it again recently, and they use a laptop. So Tammy's got a laptop off screen, but it's got to be a word that's in there, basically, even if it's the electronic version.
Can we call you Susie?
You can, if you call me whatever you like. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. You've got to come up with the longest word that you can that's in the dictionary, made up of the 9 letters that we're going to pick at random. But we need your help to pick consonants or vowels.
Consonants
or
vowels.
Please now get on to BATC. You're only there, and isn't it ironic? I've just thought, of course, because a lot of the stuff we're doing later in particular, we've done just to get around the problems of Facebook, and we didn't need to do that. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we need you now to say whether you want a consonant or vowel, and we'll take them in the order they come in. So please, fire away, consonant or vowel first.
We'll take the first 9 that we see. So just put C or V.
Okay, yeah, that keeps it simple to you.
Yeah.
C or V?
Got to wait for the lag now.
That's not a very nice thing to say. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant somebody online. There we go. Yeah, there is a delay. And of course, that's all the part of live streaming delay. So you're watching this probably, I'm guessing, 30 seconds. Vowel, please. That's from the first one. There's
right.
Richard M6UES.
Right. Hang on. I should put on a different camera view.
You should.
Here.
All this work that we've done and we've been completely thrown.
Right. I am going to pick these at random out my pot. Okay. First one is...
Vowel and another vowel and another vowel.
Oh, come on. Don't pick all vowels.
Hang on. We've got 4 vowels there. A consonant and a consonant. Another vowel. Oh, they're all coming through thick and fast.
I.
You
what
keeping this
next?
up? Oh dear. It's going so fast. Vowel, vowel, consonant.
Right. Consonant. Yep. We've got a T.
Vowel, consonant, vowel.
Another vowel.
And then consonant. I think that must be up to 9 then.
A. Next one. R. What was next?
I don't know. I've lost track. What did you just do?
I'm going to put another consonant up there.
Okay. And then there was a vowel, consonant.
The vowel.
Yep.
Whoop,
so we've seen. Thank you very much, everybody who's entered. You don't need to send any more now.
Need 2 more. So 2 more consonants.
Yes, at the end, if it was a vowel, yeah.
Hang on.
They're ahead of us because they've only put 9. I think that was smart. Yep. And one more.
We've got an S. Is that 9?
Yep. I'm just going to move that slightly around. It's been moved in all the chaos of us trying to get things to work.
Right.
There we are. There's your countdown.
Okay.
You have got 30 seconds from now to come up with the longest word that you can, starting from now. Please don't put the words onto BATC though. Just, we'll ask you in a minute to come up to put down the number of letters that you've got in your word, but do not put the actual word.
And now we need to do it now.
And the reason we didn't use the real effects is because we thought we'd be kicked off Facebook.
Yeah.
Ironically. Okay, so how did you do at home? Now we have got to allow for the little bit of delay, I know, because you're seeing this probably 30 to 60 seconds behind when we're doing it. So again, if you don't understand it, haven't watched Countdown, that's absolutely fine. What you've got to do is find the longest word that you can make out of those letters that's in the dictionary, and then put the number of letters on the screen now. No, Roger has just put his word,
That's
which
okay,
is not what you do.
Don't
Please.
worry.
Okay, 7 we've got from Tom. 7. We've got another 7. A 5 from Nev.
So we're going with 7 at the moment.
Oh, an 8 from
an 8.
Stuart.
Oh.
That's impressive. An 8
Well,
in
Stuart
any
and
of these.
Zena, so
Yeah.
could be
So we
either.
shall ask you what these are in a minute.
We shall.
Peter as a 7 and another 7 with Colin. I bet there's one up there, which we didn't know what this was going to be either, so we couldn't do any work on it.
No.
A 5 from Tony. Bob has got an 8 as well, so we've got 2 8s. We're going to come to you guys to see how you've done. And James has got a 7. And Richard with a 5. I want to give you all a chance to put yours in, because we're going to have to move on very shortly. Is that the last one? 7 from Phil, 6 from Richard. Okay, I think that's almost it there. So let's have a look at the 8s first.
Okay, so...
so that's the end of the entries now, okay? Richard, with 6, I'm going to leave it there. Let's go and have a look at the 8s first. Do you agree, Tammy?
Yep, so we've got... Who have we got? Stuart. And Zena.
Yep, so can you put yours on first, Stuart,
and
please?
Bob
and then
as well.
Bob as well. If you can put your 8-letter words, Bob, G6PWS, and Stuart. Oh, another 8 there from Peter, so we'll take his in a moment. Oh, Stuart's just amended to 7. All right then. Well, we can still put yours on in a moment then. But Peter, M0HBL, can you put yours 8-letter word? And also Bob, please put yours. Stipula, Bob, boss. Is that in there? Stipula. STIPULAR.
Yep, you can have 8 letters for that. 8 points.
Well done.
Well done.
Brilliant. Well done, Bob. That's okay. Stuart's got 7. Peter, can you put yours in, please? Peter M0HBL. And Stuart and Zena, you can put yours in. And anybody else who got 7 as well? Here's Peter's. It's Leptarus. I've never heard of that. LEPTARUS. I hope you're not using apps and things and cheating, by the way, for this. I know there are things on the web.
It's not on my list, but
okay.
I'll just Google it and see what it is.
I'm going to look in a dictionary.
I can't actually spell now. Leptarus.
I'm going to look in the dictionary. I don't trust it, but I mean, I don't doubt Peter, though, because he's a professor, you know.
I've got Leptarus here with a U, LEPTURUS.
Yeah, I must admit, it's not in this version of the dictionary either.
Which is a plant of the grass family. So if you can tell us any different.
Yeah, so Peter at the moment, it looks like we think we know what word you're after, but it is not in this concise Oxford dictionary at the moment.
We've got
We've got plaster and we've got parties. Well, they're all okay, aren't they? They're
Stapler,
seven.
parties, plaster.
Yeah. Okay, well, look.
Upstairs.
What you now need to do is give yourself the number of points. Peter, I'm afraid we're going to have to sort of just say at the moment, you need to make sure that is the right name. The right spelling, but rather. Everybody else, though, upstairs, they all look right. Pulsate. Yeah, they all look good sort of standard words to me, sevens. But well done to all of you. They're really, you would be up there if it was on telly. Well done. So mark that down and give yourself the number of points for your letters. Even if you just came up with, I don't know, looking at that, something simple.
Laters.
Laters. Oh, okay, laters. Yeah.
It's probably not even a word.
That's a slang word for sure, isn't it? Plaster, look, Colin there.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for all taking part.
I'm going to have to just while nobody's looking, I'm going to have to put the vowels and consonants back in the right hole.
Right, I'll let you do that then while I tell everybody what we're going to be doing next. Now, throughout the evening, we're going to be we're mixing lots of different games together. And we did do this last year, and it was so popular that we're going to do it again. It's called Catchphrase. I'm sure all of you have seen the television version of Catchphrase. But how do we play that with lots of people? Well, we've got a picture which we've broken up into 6 different squares. And what we want to know is what that picture is. Now, if you think you know, you need to tell us by saying Catchphrase on there. But you need to be exact. We're only going to give the full points to the exact description of what it is. You're probably not going to get that on one square, but you never know. And we're going to reveal that square. So we'll be doing this in between all of the rounds. We've got 6 squares, 6 rounds. Let's have a look at the first catchphrase, Tammy, please.
Okay.
So we're going to reveal the first square. What do we see?
Pringles.
Yeah, Pringles and sherry.
And sherry. Your glass is fuller than mine. Or is
Well,
it my
you
glass?
just told them it's us now.
Oh. Well, might not be
Our
us.
house. It is our house.
In the middle of our street.
Yep. Okay, he's going well. And there's a couple of glasses there. Yep. And a computer, which of course would only be looking at NARC Live.
Of course.
Anyway, I don't suppose anybody's going to get it from that, but keep having a look. Sorry, Peter. He's just put a sad face. I'm really sorry, Peter. He's looking so good as well. Anyway, who was the winner, by the way, for that? Just going back to the other round, 8. Who had it? Stipular, wasn't it?
Bob had an 8 and
Stipular. Yeah, amazing. I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so that's the catchphrase. We'll be coming back to reveal another square in a moment when it may or may not include people within our house. Okay. Now we're going back to round this. Tammy.
Round this.
Play it. Round dash dot dot dot, which is round B.
You hope.
And it's slow scan shopping.
Slow scan shopping.
That's what we're calling this, slow scan shopping. Again, we did this a few years ago for real when we met at the club one Christmas and had the Christmas party there. This is a game we did there, so we thought we could adapt this for use at home. Basically, if we can put the slide up, Tammy, this is what we want you to tell us is how much is our basket of groceries. These are everyday items, the sort of things that most people will buy in their weekly shop. You've got to make a note of each item and how much you think it is, and then at the end, add them up together at the end to get a grand total. Now, of course, we had to get some ideas of prices, so we went to the Asda website. They're one of the leading supermarkets, and we took the full price, not just a special price, and we did this on Sunday, so the 12th of the 12th. That may or may not help you, but they were the prices. This is really to tell how many people really know how much things cost, I think, especially when I hear the ladies in your lives now saying, oh my goodness, you had no idea how much that cost. Well, let's have a look. So we're going to go through these items now. You just need to write down what the item is and how much you think it cost at Asda on Sunday. Here we go. The first item is this. I think a staple in most households. It's 4 pints of milk, semi-skimmed. I think most of them are the same price anyway, aren't they? Whatever they are. 4 pints of milk. How much do you think that cost? Write milk and then the price next to it on your bit of paper. Okay, next item. We will show you them at the end if you miss one. This is a pack of 6 large Happy Eggs. We picked this because it's a brand which, you know, instead of own brand, it's a universal brand sold by other people. 6 large Happy Eggs. How much do you think that costs? Next item, please. This is a Warburton's 800-gram white medium loaf, one of the most popular loaves apparently which is sold. That's why we picked this. It's a standard size white sliced loaf.
Just put a little bit of background music on.
Going to get a drink out in a minute?
Yeah.
All I've got is squash. It's Christmas. How much do you think that costs? And the next item, please, which is 250 grams of Anchor butter. When did you last buy one of these?
Anchor butter and green grass.
We're not doing the adverts.
Oh, okay. And next.
The next item.
Swiftly moving along.
I thought this was interesting. Look, biodegradable now. They don't use plastic. Apparently they used to use plastic in them. Anyway, this is a packet of 80 original PG Tips tea bags, which apparently is the leading tea brand. PG Tips 80, but when did you last buy one of those? How much was it? Write it down. Tea bags. I'll fall asleep with this music in a minute, especially the stress we've had the first 20 minutes of this tonight. Here we go, a 2-litre bottle of Pepsi Max. Standard size, that's one of those big bottles, not the little ones. How much does that?
A proper bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next, this. Kellogg's Cornflakes. 450 grams, looks about the standard size.
It's like the medium-sized box.
How much is a box of those?
Silver spoon.
Granulated sugar. Again, we picked this because it's not an own brand, so it's fairly universal wherever you buy it from. A kilogram of that. How much do you think that was?
Means beans, Heinz beans.
Yep. 415 grams, standard size can of beans on its own. How much do you think that is? Not a multi-pack and all that stuff. This is a single one. I'm going to fall asleep, with this music.
Oh, should I put something a little bit better on
No,
there?
it's all right.
Here you go. How about this one?
Oh, yes.
Bit of jingle bells. And the next one. Cadbury's Dairy Milk. This is not the small one that you buy in the newsagent. This is what you'd call a proper bar, the normal size proper
200
bar.
grams. Yeah, it's quite a bit, isn't it? That's more jolly and upbeat, isn't it? Do you know, ironically as well, we just can give you some daylight into some of this. These are all music we picked so that we wouldn't get kicked off Facebook. That's the irony.
Yeah, because we got kicked off Facebook
so
last year.
We know they don't like sounds. They have bots that listen out for it. But anyway, never mind.
Anyway, on to the toilet roll.
Yeah, toilet rolls, 4 Andrex classic white toilet rolls. This is a standard pack. How much is one of these?
Doggy not included.
I bet some of them are saying 2 and 6 last time they bought some. Do you reckon?
Maybe. And the last but not least, cheese, Gromit. Or as we like to say, cheese.
Have you been drinking, by the way?
Talking about cheese, I've got a real good cheese joke.
Oh, right, okay. Well, it must be some of these jokes as well that people told.
Have you heard the rumour about the brie? Well, I really shouldn't spread it around.
Oh! I'll read some of the jokes out later on. We must just get through this round, though. This is 350 grams of Cathedral City mature cheddar.
Okay, right.
Now, they're all the items.
They're
In
all
case
the
you missed any, what you need to have now is all of those on your page, 12 prices. Add them all up. Okay, so you should have 12 prices next to all those items. Add them all up, and what do you come to? And we're going to have to, obviously, this is after your honesty now, to do this. And what we'd like, before we tell you how much that actually would have cost, if you'd bought that, is please, can you put down the prices and enter them on BATC now, the total for your shopping basket of all those 12 items. And while you do that, I'll have a look at some of those other jokes we had earlier on.
I've got another cheese joke.
No, well, let's have some people's at home. Ralph2M0RHT says, why do C's have sticky hair? Oh my goodness me, that all just disappeared then. It's one of those things, isn't it? Hang on a minute. Oh my goodness. What's green, covered in tinsel and goes ribbit ribbit? Mistletoe. Right, we've got some prices coming up
We've got
now. We
some
better get
prices.
back to these. I bought some rocket salad. It went off in the fridge. That's a good one.
There's a
Ricardo
good
de
one.
Ponce. Here we go. Now, here we've got some prices now. Excuse me. Roger G3LDI thinks it's 12 and sixpence. No, he doesn't. It's £21 and 5p. Richard M6UES is £20.74. Tony M0TDK, £24.50. Kev M0KKM says £15.72. Bet we'll all be going to where he ever buys it for that.
You just said that's low now.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying it's a lot lower than the others. Phil G6AIO said that it's £18.95. M7BLX David says it's £17. Bob G6PWS £18.45. James M0UKS £18.75. Jim £18.36. Peter M0HBL £16.40. Richard M0TUM £19.50. Are there any more?
Right. Well, we'll wait for those to go on, but we'll start putting the prices on.
Okay,
shall
we're
we?
going to start doing
We'll
that. So
revealing.
don't cheat now, please. So freeze your, if you're still adding it all up. I wonder if Kevin's on. I wonder if he can add these up.
I don't think he can add.
No, we had that trouble last year, didn't we? Okay, so we're now going to start revealing the individual price of these items. We're going to start with the milk.
Okay, the milk is £1 and 15 pence. I think that's pretty standard across most supermarkets actually at the
Okay.
moment. Okay, the happy eggs are £1.65. And the Warburton's bread, £1.10. I was just looking on here because Stuart and Zena put it on. Stuart is like
Yeah, I love it.
£16.80
I love
and
it.
Zena's like £22.21. It's like, who do you think does the shopping?
That's right. And I actually can't remember. I know we worked on this Sunday, didn't we? Anyway, okay.
Anyway,
Anchor butter.
Anchor butter is £1.70. PG Tips is £2. The 2 litre bottle of Pepsi is £1.49. Cornflakes, £1.89.
Any more from anybody? Do enter them now.
Yep, we've got a few more coming in.
Yeah.
The sugar is 65 pence. The Means Beans Heinz beans are a quid. Dairy milk, £1.79. Getting near the end now. Andrex, £2.50. And last but not least, cheese. I like cheese, by the way, in case nobody knew.
Like we guessed.
£2.79.
And if you so no more entries now, please, at home. We've got everybody. We've got Bob GSTU is the last one entered there. Well, you add it all up and you get this total.
You get £19.71.
Right. Now,
Wicked. Right, let me
if you got this,
let me go on to the next page because it
Okay.
explains. Okay, so
All
the
right.
grand total is £19.71. If you got £19.71, well done. Excellent job.
yeah, incredible.
10 points.
Yeah. Let me just have a look.
If you're a pound either way, so either £18.71 or up to £20.71, you can have 5 points. Or if you £3 in either direction, so down to £16.71 or up to £22.71, you can have 2 points.
So we're being fairly hard on this. Nobody's got it exactly right. Someone got it incredibly close. I think that was Richard. M0TUM says £19.50. He was only 21p out. That's
Wow,
really,
that's
really
really
good,
good.
I think, because this is a hard competition. Let's see. Well, you can see by looking on BATC yourself. By the way, it just occurs to me that those of you used to running this on Facebook, you would have found it easier to enter things normally on Facebook because you would have already got your name up there. You just have a look at the instructions underneath for what you have to do. But basically, you type in Nick, then forward slash, then Nick, then Nick, and then put your name and your call sign. Then press return, and then from that moment on, you'll be able to comment, just to let you know. All right, so there we go. And anyway, well done to everybody who entered. £19.71. I think the closest has been Richard M0TUM,
Yep.
but there's how you score yourself. So if you were up to £1 out, you get 5 points. If you were up to £3 out, you get 2 points. If you're any more than £3 out, well, Phil G for LPP, I'm sorry, Phil. You put £31.50. I think you should let your wife go and do the shopping because she's going to save you a fortune, basically. No, I'm sorry to pick on anybody there. But it's really good fun. Isn't it amazing, though? I mean, I'm not sure how close I would have been. it's difficult because we were looking at all this on Sunday, weren't we, the weekend, working on this, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'd have put there. I can't be as impartial as I was, I suppose.
No.
I think I'd have said a bit more than that. I think I'd have said 22, 23 quid, which I think looking around is what a lot of people did. 19 pence. Oh, Phil, G6AIO got £18.95, so he was close as well, really. He was within £1, which is very good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that round. Make a note of what you scored, either 10 points if you got it bang on, and you may have done and not just put it onto here, which is fine. If you were £1 out, it's 5 points, or if you were £3 out, either way, it was 2 points, and no points if you're more than that.
Nil point.
Get your other half to do the shopping, is what I say. Okay, well done.
Cool.
Hope you had fun with that. It's time for another catchphrase, isn't it, Tammy?
Should we have a few jokes first, though?
Oh, you could do. Yeah. Okay. Let's
Shall
have
I
read
have another
some.
joke? Right, I should let everybody in on a little joke. Right, I got a cheese advent calendar this year. Whoa. This is half of it because I ripped half it off. And I've ripped all the doors off, which I've got here, because behind every door you get a cheese joke. So I haven't just
She
made
loves
them all
cheese,
up.
by the way.
Love cheese.
And that's why I bought her a cheese
Really good.
advent calendar. £8 next year. Have a look out for one if someone in your life likes cheese.
I'll read
You
another
read
cheese
one,
joke.
but I'm going to find one here.
I made a joke about cheese. Let's just say it didn't age well.
Bob G60BWS says, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? And someone else said lost, which is good. Sorry, it's going a bit mad here with the jokes here. I'm not picking them in any particular order. Actually, I was sent some. If Tammy wants to find some on there, I'll read some. We were posted, we emailed a couple. We did intend people just to put them on live. But here we are. We've got Peter Richmond. I'm going to read one from him because he's the one who, unfortunately, didn't get his 8 points with the thing. So we're going to read one of his jokes, though, here. It says, the first joke was, do you know that email was first invented in Yorkshire? Really? Yes, when the first post arrived through the letterbox, the owner exclaimed, email!
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing
Oh, thanks.
at here.
Someone has to laugh. Right.
It was one that Simon put on. I'm going to read it.
No, you're not going to read that one, are you?
Yeah,
I avoided that one. Is that
I'm
the
gonna
V
read it.
joke?
Simon, M0SIH, took one of those Viagra tablets last night. Trouble is, it got stuck in my throat and I woke up this morning with a stiff neck.
I can't believe that. She needs... Who's the producer on this show? I avoided that one. I daren't read that. Anyway, we've always kept it clean. Trouble is, there's so many jokes up there.
They're just hopping
matching
up.
them up.
That's the
Yeah,
trouble,
it is
isn't
matching
it?
them up, isn't it?
There was one here that was funny as well.
What's brown and sticky? A stick, apparently.
Where's the one I saw earlier? Might have to copy and paste these onto a text document because they're just whizzing up the
Okay,
screen.
so sorry, we'll try and get on top of them. Oh, what do they sing at a snowman's birthday? Freeze a jolly good fellow. From Bob, G6PWS, that was.
Cool.
Anyway, thanks for all the jokes coming in. It's great. We'll read a few more as well that have been emailed to us if we can. And there, but let's get back on track. We'll be lucky if we finish tonight at this rate. Let's go and have a look at the next catchphrase. Tammy.
Yeah, okay. Here's the next catchphrase.
Excuse me. Here's the next reveal.
Ready?
Okay, does that help?
Don't know.
See an owl there. And a picture.
Okay.
Trying to see. Okay. Right. Does
Go
that help you
please.
at all? If you know exactly what this is going to be, you know, how you describe this picture at the end, if you could describe it, then you'll win 10 points. The first one to do that. But anyway, it's got to be exact though, all right? We're going to be strict about that.
Okay.
Next, on to the next round. It's all going quite well, isn't it?
Yes.
Next one, it's on a countdown theme again. This one, it's...
Round dot.
Dash,
Dash dot.
Or round C for the rest of us. It's NARC does countdown again, but this time...
It's numbers.
It's numbers. Hold back the excitement. So this time we're going to do it numbers. I'm going I'm going to hand over to the lovely Tammy for explaining what this is, because this is your... Are you going to do this with the overhead camera?
I am going to do this with the overhead camera.
Just reminding you.
Instead of looking at jokes, I should have actually got this
ready,
shouldn't
I didn't like to say, but... We'll show the overhead camera so everybody can see what you're doing.
Yep.
Instead of my
Let's
bald
go to the
head.
overhead camera, which is
There we go.
there.
There we are. So we've got an overhead camera that we've rigged up today. We've removed half the ceiling, so it's flipping cold in here. But anyway, that's why we were wearing Christmas jumpers.
These ones at the top say B because they are the big numbers. So you pick sort of like two big numbers. So I don't know what they are. And then, so I've got 25, 50, 75 and 100 on the big numbers, which you now can't see. And then down here, I've got 1 to 10 twice, which is apparently what they have there. So what we're going to do is pick some random numbers.
How are we going to do this for people at home? We can't really do this. So we're going to have
Not really.
traditional.
So I think we're just going to have to.
And these are random, honestly. As you've just seen us do that now.
We'll just say we have already randomly picked a 3-digit number because it was getting late and we couldn't find an RNG to do it.
That's right.
So we did just pick a random number, but obviously we don't know.
But these are completely random.
Tell
you what, if I shut my eyes and I just did this, that would be fairly random picking, wouldn't it? All right. You could show me doing that if you like.
We'll pick 2 from the top.
Right.
And 3 from the bottom. No, hang on, 4 from the bottom.
I don't know what they are because you did these. So, all right. So hopefully everybody will trust my integrity at home, and I'll do that one.
Okay.
B.
Yep.
And I'll choose that one.
Okay. Right.
There are too big.
Yep,
Should we put them up?
Take those 2 out of the way now.
All right. And then the other ones. How many do you want? 4, don't we?
4, yeah.
That one?
Which one? That one?
That one?
Yep.
This one?
This one.
That one?
That one.
And that one.
That one.
Who needs a random number generator?
Move all those out of the way. Right.
Okay, so now we're going to put them up in the proper place.
Let's go back to our this camera. Okay, so the big ones we have got 25 and 100, and then the little ones we have got 1. We've got 5. We've got 10. And we have got 2.
There we are. So you've got 2 big numbers and 4 little ones. If you don't watch Countdown, we're going to explain to you what we do before we reveal the number. In a moment, we're going to give you a number that we picked earlier that is essentially random. It's just a number that Tammy and I came up with. And you have got to try and make that number by addition, subtraction, multiplication and division with those numbers that you see in front of you, and try and get the exact number. But if you can't get the exact number, we'll accept something close. All right? And then put your answers, please, onto BATC. If you've got the exact number, we'll ask you to explain how you worked it out. So for that magic number, here you have 30 seconds to come up with that number using those numbers in any combination. And you can only use them once, by the way. I should explain that as well.
Yeah.
Starting from now. It's 645. So I hope everybody understands how this works. You've got to make up the number 645 using any of the numbers below. You don't have to use them all, but you can only use them once. You can subtract, you can add, multiply or divide. Good luck. 10 seconds.
Da 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 da. Boo! Okay.
Now I know because of the delays on BATC that you can't answer that maybe absolutely immediately, right? But now you should be working that out. If we take that off there, actually, Tammy, I think probably take that off the screen. Do you think? You trying to work it out? I haven't even thought about trying to work it out myself. That's got me off the hook, hasn't it?
Yeah. I hope somebody's got it at home because I haven't.
So let's take it off the screen now because everybody should have worked it out by now. There we are. Off your screen now. And we'll just give you a little bit of time now to put it. Oh, 645. Tony, M0TDK is the first one up there to say that. By the way, a little joke here from Ricardo de Ponza says, police are looking for the knitting needle nutter who has been stabbing people with knitting needles. A police spokesman said, we think he's working to some kind of pattern. All right. Oh, 645 as well from James, M0UKS. We'll give it a little more time because we do realise there is a delay.
I'm glad
we always
somebody's
explain
going
this.
to
Yeah, it's good. We'll be asking you how you did them in a minute. I'll be picking one of them at random. Richard's got 550. Stuart and Zena have got 630. 560, Richard.
Should I put my jingle bells on again?
And Kev, M0KKM's got 645, yep. Just giving you time to do this now. Yeah, let's have some music. We're not going to start dancing around, are we? I'm going to have a drink. You don't often see me drinking on this thing.
What's in it? Anything good?
Orange and mango squash, my favourite. Thieves broke into the police headquarters at Wyndham and stole all the toilets. A police spokesman said, at the moment we have nothing to go on.
I like that.
How are you doing, everybody? We've got several here. We've got 3 people with the right exact amount, and they all get the most points, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else want to put your numbers up?
Anybody
else get close? Because we're going to have to
if
call it in a moment.
If you've got 645, then...
yeah. So can you... The guys who've done that, so 645, that's Tony, M0TDK, James, M0UKS, and Kev, M0KKM. Can you explain how you did it? Just with your little maths, you know, your plus... You use that number times that number plus that one, took that number away or whatever. If you could just do that, that helps us verify them. Thank you. Ralph 2M0 RHT says, why are skeletons always so calm? Because nothing gets under their skin. So only a doctor could do that joke, couldn't he? Here we go, here's Tony's. Is that right, Tammy? You're the independent adjudicator?
Am I?
You've got a bigger screen than me as well, because it's quite complicated to follow this. So it's 100 times, 100 plus 25 is 125, times 5. Yeah? Are you working this out? Sorry, I thought you were going to work this out.
Yeah.
I'll read them to you, yep. So this is Tony, M0TDK, 100 plus... Do you want to write it down on there? 100 plus 25.
Hang on.
Which is 125, that's in brackets.
Hang on,
that's
the
times 5.
Just gone weird now.
Really?
Can't focus.
Okay.
The camera's broke. There you go.
Okay, now that's going to be good for later on, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 100 plus 25, look, we mean to do this. So it's 100 plus 25.
Okay,
it's 125 times 5.
25 is 125.
Yeah, it's 525.
And then times it by 5 equals 625.
Yeah.
And then what was the next
plus
bit?
2 plus 2 times 10, which
and
is 20.
2 times 10 equals 20.
Which is
plus
645.
645.
Well done.
There you go. Excellent. Well done,
And James
Tony.
M0KKS UKS has put down that 1 plus 5 is 6.
Yeah.
Times 100 is 600. 2 times 10 is 20. Plus 25 is 45. Plus 600 is 645.
Excellent.
What are you doing, Tammy? I'm just watching the playback of what you were doing. Kev M0KKM is the other person to get the exact figure. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 times 100 is 600. 10 times 2 is 20. Add 25 is 645. I think they got that all right. For my maths anyway. Well done to all of you.
So 10 points if you got the correct...
Richard M6UES, I'm afraid, is saying, where is Rachel Riley then?
She was booked up for today, I'm afraid.
Much cheaper. Much cheaper. Tom M0TFX says, why couldn't Mary and Joseph join the conference call? Because there was no Zoom at the inn. I like that one.
I like that.
That's a good one. Very topical.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got that. Well done to all 3 of you. You get 10 points each, which does give you a really good lead. All right, and everybody else who got close, that's very good. In fact, what we did was 5 points for if you were just 1 out, which I don't think anybody was. So they were the points. So 10 points if you got it exact, which those 3 people did, or you may have done as well if you got it right. Fine, and give yourself 10 points. 5 points if you're just 1 out from there. We obviously had no idea what numbers were going to come up. Well done. Now it's time for another one of those wonderful catchphrases, I think, Tammy.
Catchphrase, yep.
Let's have a look. Let's see if you're going to guess what this is all about.
You ready? Who's that?
It's Tammy. I bet nobody expected that to be us. You. Sorry. Quickly recovered. You've got a funny face on there. Okay. If you have any idea what that's all about, pop it onto BATC now.
I have no idea what it's about either.
I haven't. You know, it took ages. Right. Next round, Tammy. QVT.
QVT?
Not QVC, it's QVT. This is the next round on the NARC online Christmas party.
Silent Night?
It's Silent Night and it's dash dot dot, which means it's round D. Of course.
Of course.
Just trying to make this a bit of educational as well, aren't we, as well?
Yeah.
And why is it called Silent Night, Tammy?
Well, it's called Silent Night because last year we had a little bit of a disaster at the Christmas party because Kevin decided that he was going to have some adverts and play them. And we got kicked off Facebook. Do you remember?
I do remember that. If you may remember that as well if you were here. And it's because Facebook have bots that listen out for music and sound. So this year we've picked adverts that we think you'll be able to tell what they are with no sound at all. Ironic since we're not on Facebook, but there we are. BATC would let us put anything on, wouldn't they? But never mind, it's still going to work because this is the competition now. And over to you to work out this. We're going to play you 8 adverts, very well known, over quite a few years. Some of them are recent, some of them not so recent. And what you've got to do is write down the brand that they're advertising. So we're going to play you a lot of the advert, or all of the advert in some cases, except obviously we're going to cut it off where it puts the actual brand name up, and you won't hear any of the music thanks to Facebook.
Although you actually will hear a little bit of music because I'm going to put a little bit of music in the background because it'll just be weird without.
But it's not, but it's not the music that was on it.
It's not related to the advert. So.
And we've used Facebook-friendly music.
We've used Facebook-friendly music.
Here we go. I'm not bitter or anything. Let's go. Let's have the first advert then from Silent Night. Here we go. This is advert number 1. What do you think this is advertising? What's the brand that this advert is advertising? By the way, don't put them on BATC. Don't put the answers on there. Just write them on your bit of paper. Obviously, you'll give the answers to everybody else. And we had to stop it there because then they were going to reveal the brand. So what brand is that? That's question number 1 on round D.
Okay.
Yeah, ready for the next one, Tammy?
Question number 2. Here we go.
What brand is this advertising?
Okay.
That's it? That's question. Oh, advert number 2. What brand was that advertising? On to ad number 3.
Ad number 3. This one is a much longer ad and it's cut in places, so I'm sure you'll get the gist of it.
Quite a famous advert when it ran, wasn't it? Again, what brand are they advertising? There we are. That's the end of that. It was a long ad, but it was a long ad when it was played as well. What brand was that advertising? Let's have a look at advert number 4. Yeah, I was going to say, Tammy just said videotape, but that, oh, these are very old, these ads. Some of them are. You remember what that was advertising? This is advert number 4. Write it down on your sheet. There we go. Do you know what that was advertising? Before we freeze frame, we will be playing the whole advert in a moment as well, or at least some of it, the end part anyway. Let's have a look now at advert number 5. This is one I remembered. This is one I picked, I must admit.
Look at the prices.
You look at the prices, yeah. They don't actually look that cheap to me, but you can see it's quite an old ad.
Electrical items actually, I think, one of the only things that went down in price.
And there's quite a few celebrities in this ad, but it was the music that I remembered. Do you know who he is, Tammy?
No. Who is it?
Joe Brown.
What was he?
Played in a band and an all-round sort of raconteur type chap.
Okay.
His name is Lenny Bennett. Can you picture the music that was actually the soundtrack of this ad? That might help you. What brand though? Not these individual brands, but what brand was this whole advert about really? Where would you go to shop? Give you a tiny clue there. To buy all these things. That dates it, doesn't it? Vic 20. I'm trying to remember the name of that sportsman. Do you remember?
No, I don't know.
That begins with D, I think. That's frozen up there.
Okay.
Good luck with that one. That was advert number 5. Let's have a look at advert number 6. 2 more to go. This looks like a more modern ad, doesn't it? What brand is this advertising? This is advert number 6. It's one of those ads, I reckon, that you see and you think, I remember that one. But what was it advertising? What brand? This is advert number 6.
Okay.
Wasn't that very emotive ad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Even without the soundtrack and without the brand. But what brand was that advertising? That was advert number 6. Advert number 7. Okay, that was advert number 7. Write that down quickly. We'll give you a moment because that's lasted a little bit. It was quite a lot shorter than some of them. And the last advert in Silent Night was this. Advert 8.
Okay.
I think that I can see your big smile there. It's my nearest and dearest. It was those favourites. So I hope that was brought back memories, indeed, from those adverts. Those 8 adverts from over quite a few years, probably from the 70s right up to virtually current day. How did you do at home? I hope you've got a list with all of those names on there.
I never thinks that the guy was Daley Thompson.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Daley Thompson.
Phil G6AIO says, where are the clangers? Were they on the other one you were looking at?
No, that I think was probably at the moment when the moon thing was on. Do you know what the clangers are?
Oh, the little
remember?
people that live on the moon.
Yeah, they were lovely.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
the clangers. That was where they were. Anyway,
Cool.
Hope you've done well. Hope you've. We're gonna play them back to you now with a reveal.
Yeah, it was just
the
a
brand,
short
bits of them.
So here we go. Here's the first one.
How did you get on with this? What do you think this was advertising? Here we go.
This is the carrot.
You don't need to put them onto Facebook. All we want from you at the end is what your score was. You score 1 point for every correct advert. What was this advertising?
I think he's still quite famous, isn't he? This little chap.
Aldi,
and that's Kevin the Carrot.
Kevin the Carrot.
It is Kevin the Carrot,
good.
and I think he's still on this year's ad.
When we were doing research for the slow scan shopping, by the way, I found out that Aldi is officially, by a YouGov poll, the most popular British supermarket now. Incredible, isn't it? Of all those other ones, second was M&S as well, not the big names. No. Anyway, this is advert number 2.
Advert number 2. There was a big clue in this one at the
There
start.
was. I saw that.
But I decided to leave it in. So this was the things going around the shop. And it was BHS, who aren't with us anymore.
No. British Home Stores, BHS, there we are. Advert number 3. What did you think this was advertising? This is quite a long ad. We're going to play a bit of it. This was at the end. This was the climax of it, really, wasn't it? Won lots of awards, I believe, this ad in the advertising world.
It was Sainsbury's.
Did you get that right? Sainsbury's, yeah.
That was 2014. You wouldn't realise it was that long ago, yeah, because it was 100 years.
I would have got that wrong. I would have said it was only 2 or 3 years ago.
No.
Yeah, it was, I know, mixed emotions when that came out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay,
let's see how you did for advert number 4.
This one, there was big clues all the way through this one. So, on the guy's body warmer, there was Tesco's. When I saw that advert, I actually remembered that. And that lady, she's got a really distinctive voice.
You know who it is?
No.
It's Sybil.
Who?
Of
Fawlty
Towers.
Is
That's
it?
who it is. I'm trying to think of her name.
I see.
Oh, someone's going to tell us at home.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. I think a lot of people probably got this one.
I wonder if they did. This is. I wish we could play the music, and we would have done if we weren't going out on Facebook tonight. Woolworths.
Woolies.
Do you remember that? It was something like, "Have a lovely Christmas at Woolworths, da 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 da, shopping spree. Everyday prices, do it any longer," and it went on and on and on.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we are. That was Woolworths.
Have you finished?
Yeah, I'm not singing anymore.
Okay.
This is ad number
Which
6.
is this one? Oh, this was the telescope one. The Man on the Moon, it was called.
Yeah. They don't spend some money on advertising, don't they?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
That was John Lewis. And that was 2015, I think. That
Was
one.
it really? I thought
Yeah.
that was again a couple of years ago. When we were doing the research for this, we did a lot of the work at the weekend. And I mean, it was amazing. It was quite hard, actually, to not pick the same firm, wasn't it? M&S and John Lewis and people like that kept coming
as
up.
well, had loads and loads of ads.
John Lewis, they've won a lot of awards for their ads. And they're now proper film productions, aren't they? Anyway, number 6. Prunella Scales, that's right. Prunella Scales. Thank you very much to Ricardo, Nev and Stuart. That's right. That's who that was. Anyway.
This is the one. Now this one, it was... Do
it in time with the thing. Ah, that's the bit.
That's Asda price. Now, I heard
Yes.
something on the radio
We
the
did,
other
didn't
day,
we? Yeah.
and apparently, this is going to blow your mind,
Yeah.
Asda hold the copyright for smacking your bum.
On an advert.
Yeah.
Copyright. We heard that on a radio programme. We were both listening to it on Saturday, didn't we?
We
There
did.
we go. There's a bit of useless information. I hope it's right anyway. But they hold a copyright for that, so nobody else can do a similar thing.
Yeah.
So that was Asda. How did you do? Number 8. This is the last
This is the last one.
ad.
Okay. Are you going to sing this?
This is you and Kevin. Absolutely. You sing
goes,
it, Tammy.
There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us. That was out of tune, but
No, you
got
two
the
have
gist
always
of it.
played that ever since I've known you. There we go. So that was Toys
That was
R Us.
Toys R Us, who aren't with us now either.
No, sad, isn't it? So there we are. How did you do
How
at
did you
home?
do?
We would love you now just to put the number of ads that you've got, and sorry, the correct number that you got. 1 point for each correct ad. Pop them on the screen now. We'd love to see that, of course, but we're hoping you're keeping a tally anyway yourselves. We're trusting you to do this. How did you do?
Apparently,
so it's a total of 8
Penilla's-
points maximum.
Sorry, Prunella Scales is the wife of Timothy West.
Oh, I didn't know that. Because they used to say, I mean, John Cleese, who was also in Fawlty Towers, was married, though, to the receptionist. I also can't remember. It's an age thing, you know. Stuart says, does that mean if I slap Zena's bum, she has to sue Asda? Well,
Maybe.
I'm not going to get involved with that. 7, okay, so someone got 7. That's really good. Your TV holics
6,
there. Oh, look,
7,
lots of those.
2,
Richard
3.
and Bob got 7. Phil got 7. I wonder which one they got. I'd love to know from the guys who got 7 in particular. Ricardo got 6. Tony got 2. For the guys who got 7 particularly, can you just tell me which one you got wrong? I'd love to see that, because that might be just interesting if it was one ad that they got wrong out of 7. I think that's really good. I used to watch more telly. Tom got 4. So did James, Phil. Anubis Jackal got 2. Phil, maybe it's an indication of how much telly you watched. Mike G4DYC got 2. Oh dear. Tom M0TFX says, why did Santa have to go to hospital? Because of his poor health. Bob G6PWS, Woolies. He got Woolies wrong. Oh no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, that, ever since I've been playing that, we did say lots of research in this between us, and we did about half the adverts each. And I've got that music in my head. You know what it's like when you hear something? No, that was...
it's Asda.
Yeah, that was a... Have a happy Christmas at Woolworths. That one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Ralph says, I got 0 because BATC has only come on here in Scotland. It is, Ralph. For any of you who've just joined us, it's not on Facebook, and that's not our fault for once. It's actually Facebook who've got technical problems. Richard M6UAS says, as a Cadbury employee, I guess the way the football game was Galaxy, as I knew it wasn't ours. Never thought it was Sainsbury's.
Right.
3. Jim got 3.
I've got another joke.
Yeah.
Why can't you make clothes out of cheese?
I don't know. Why can't you make clothes out of cheese?
Because fromage phrase.
Ever regret buying one of those things? Calendars, right? Woolies. So anybody else who was going to tell us which ones you didn't get wrong? I didn't get Phil says I didn't get BHS. I was just interested to see if it was the same one that people didn't get.
BHS, yeah.
Thanks, Colin. Which was that? Anyway, hopefully, I'm sure all of you anyway, especially as we're only on one platform tonight, you can all see what people are doing. So I'm sorry if we don't read your jokes out. It's not personal. We're just trying to keep up with everything and try and keep vaguely to a script.
This is the one I found earlier. It's from Phil, G4LPP. What goes O, O, O is Santa reversing.
That's good.
I like that.
I like that, yeah. All right. Okay.
Right.
I hope you're having fun, guys. Thanks for staying with us.
Oh, yeah.
And it's brilliant.
You know, it's a Christmas party.
Yeah.
I brought some sweets.
Sweets! We never have sweets on this show.
I know, I'm going to have one, though. I
have to wait for my tea till about 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. Okay, well, before we do this, though, we ought to get on to the next round. Why don't we have a catchphrase? Let's have a look at a catchphrase. Well done to all of you anyway for entering. It's all the fun taking part. Let's have a look and reveal another square on tonight's catchphrase. Okay, so that's Tammy sitting in our lounge.
Denver.
Denver, our cat. He said dog.
Denver dog.
It's like a dog. Reading a mag. Okay, any guesses there? What's happening?
Something weird going on, isn't
Look
it?
a bit shocked, a bit almost annoyed. You look mainly shocked though. Anyway, I'm sure people will work it out. I wonder what's in those other two squares. If you know exactly what's happening in that scene, put it down on onto BATC. Next, we're back to NARC Does Countdown. We're going to do another NARC Does Countdown. Letters.
Round dot. What's that?
It's dot E.
Dot
E
E?
is E. Yeah,
Dot E.
Dot is just E. It's one of the few I know, actually. NARC Does Countdown. Here we go. Back to doing this again. Are we going to do letters again?
We're going to do letters again?
Have you sorted them out from last time? We haven't mixed them up, have we?
No.
So, same as before, if you could tell us whether you want a vowel or a consonant, don't give us all of one and not the other. Only one entry each. Please put them on now and we'll pick them out as you do it.
Take the first
Tammy's
line.
going to show you the overhead camera.
No,
Here
we're
we
not.
go. Is Denver cleaning out Tammy's ear?
Car.
Is that
Ear?
Ear? Is Denver cleaning out Tammy's ear? No, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Anyway. Here we go. Tammy's going to use the overhead camera now as a hint.
No, I'm not.
Aren't you?
I'm going to use this camera.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Once I've put my little thing in the right place.
We're going to pick out the vowels and consonants you want them. So please now, a consonant first with Kev, then a consonant, then a vowel. Consonant,
okay.
consonant, vowel.
Okay, the first
consonant.
one. R. Hang on, what's after that?
Another consonant.
Another consonant. B.
And then a vowel.
U.
And then a consonant.
P.
And a vowel.
I.
What was that one? A consonant?
That was a vowel.
Then a vowel. Then a consonant and a consonant. I think that's your numbers.
That's not 9, is
it?
it?
A V. A vowel. That's it. That is the numbers. Yeah.
T.
And
so
Ricardo says, "Can I have a P?"
We've got a P.
Certainly. Just go home. Oh dear.
W. I've got things going everywhere here.
Okay. And the last one was a vowel.
Well, we need 2 more, don't we?
Oh, sorry. Consonant and a vowel. Yeah.
Well, I've got the vowel next. So there's the vowel.
Problem
and then you want
because
one
there's
more
a slight delay.
consonant, yeah?
That's right. Vowel at the end. What was that? A consonant?
No, because I did consonant before the vowel.
Okay.
Okay. Another S. Okay.
There we go. Zena's gone for a P, apparently. Nev wonders about the catchphrase. Is it Tammy stroking her? Can't quite read the next bit there. Ricardo de Ponza says, go stand in the naughty corner, Nev. Quite agree, Ricardo. There we are. Anyway, there is your countdown letters. See how many, how big a word you can make from that countdown word.
Okay,
all
so
right?
you've got 30
seconds starting from now. So just taking those letters, make the longer word as you can and write it down. Don't put the answer, don't put your word on BATC, just put the number of letters that you've put.
We're a bit late. It already got to 0.
There we are. Stop working now. How did
Okay.
you do to come up with the letters? How
Going
many
to cut
did you
away
do?
from them now.
All right.
Back to us.
So there we are. I hope you've got those all down. 7-letter word from Bob so far. That's good.
Okay.
Very good. Maximum could be a 9, couldn't it? 7 from Phil, G4LPP as well.
I'm going to do another cheese joke.
Are you? Okay. While they're doing that, let me look at some of these as well. We've been sent all
What's
these
a
other ones.
pirate's favourite cheese? You know?
I don't know.
Cheddar!
Oh dear.
I need to tip the counters over them.
We've had some
We've got
jokes.
3
from...
7s at the moment.
Okay,
I've
that's
got
really good. A
4.
4 from Kev. Okay. The man's wife. This is from. Actually, have I got time to read that? No, I probably haven't got time to read that now, have I? I will read it before the end of the evening though, because it's a lovely ditty from Bob, which I'll read. Okay, 6. There we go. 4. So we've got 7 7 7 4 5 4 5 6.
Okay.
Very good. I
Okay.
think we can start now saying the sevens,
The sevens,
please.
if
All
you
of you,
wanna
Bob, Phil
pop
and
on.
Tony, can you please put your 7-letter words up now?
I've still eaten that sweet.
I haven't dared eat mine because I know I won't be able to talk properly. Tom has got a 6-letter word there. So just for the moment, Bob, Phil and Tony.
Oh, I like that. Where do pirates go shopping? Argos.
Ricardo's put that. So we're just waiting now for the 7-letter words that people got. Upstairs, Bob. Yeah, that looks all right to me. We don't need to go and check that, do we? That looks fine. Upstairs.
Upstairs.
Oh, upstairs.
Upstairs. There's only one
What?
S.
You're joking?
There's only one S.
Oh, yes. I see what you mean. Ah, yes. Now, upstairs isn't a word, though, is it? Sorry, Bob. I think
Upstairs is.
Upstairs is. Is it? Okay. Upstairs. So, Bob, you're relegated to a 6, I'm afraid.
No, that's 7 still. I think he probably just put an extra
Oh, I
S on the
see
end.
what you mean. I'm sorry.
And didn't mean to.
This doesn't
Because he
happen.
said 7, and that is 7.
Right, it's a
upstairs.
7-letter. Okay, so it's upstairs from Bob. Tony has put rawbuts. RAWBUTS. It's what Asda have. Rawbuts. Is that in there, Tammy?
I haven't got it on my list.
An abrupts from Phil. That looks all right, doesn't it? Is there you can have plural abrupts? Should I look it in here? Rawbuts. You better check it. Not
What
that
is
I don't
it?
check.
Abrupt.
We've got rawbuts.
I've got abrupt. What do you put abrupt?
Yeah, he's put abrupts. I didn't think that was
I
a
don't
plural.
think it's plural.
I wouldn't have thought so. But it will tell you on here, won't it? I'm just looking at rawbuts at the moment because I've never heard of that. But then
I googled
I'm not as
raw
well
butts and it didn't come up with anything.
educated as these people here.
You're going to look for abrupts.
I'm looking for raw at the moment. Rawbuts.
Paribus.
No, that isn't in here.
Yep, paribus is good.
Paribus, good. Okay, we'll let you have that then. Paribus, yeah.
Oh, it's caused by slapping butts. It's not a real word.
Thanks for
Can you
making
just
me
see
look.
if there's an S on abrupts? Or abrupt, to make abrupts. When was the last time you looked in a dictionary?
Not often, but I do have this in my office, so you have to. What about when the internet goes down? Abrupts, abrupt, abruptly, abruptness, but not abrupt. Sorry, it isn't there.
So downgrade you to a 6.
6, yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's not here. Just making sure there isn't a plural of it. I'm sorry about that. So says this book. Anyway, okay. Thank
Right.
you very much. So you can give yourself how many points you got anyway for a valid word. Okay, I'm giving myself 20 points for that.
Yeah,
Tony
for
says.
the robots.
Not if it's not in that book. You're not.
Oh dear. Right, we're not playing this anymore, are we now?
No, we're not
Because,
playing that now.
I can put them all in one.
Do you know how long it took to
Taylor.
make that bit of the set? Mad.
We had to buy Scrabble as well because we didn't
Yeah,
have
we had to buy a Scrabble set. We had to order that on Sunday. Anyway, let's move on. We're getting there, Tammy.
We're getting there.
Is it time for another? It's round E now, I think, isn't it? It's our penultimate round almost, isn't it? Yes. No, it's round F next, I think, actually. Well, it's actually Countdown Conundrum.
It is Countdown Conundrum.
Is it time for another catchphrase?
We're gonna have a
Sorry
catchphrase
about that.
first.
We're going to have another catchphrase. Reveal the penultimate square.
Yep.
Here we go.
Ready.
Which one are you going to reveal?
That one.
Oh, okay, we can see your castle there. Lego Hogwarts castle, isn't it?
Yeah.
A piano. Don't know if that gives you any more clue at home.
I can see a naughty elf on the wall there.
Really? Where?
It's a little elf on that little flower thing on the wall.
Yeah. So there we go. What is in that missing picture?
Okay.
Okay.
Thought I heard
But talking about the
something
little
there.
elf, actually, because he normally is around, and last year we showed pictures of him sitting on the photocopier and everything else. We did all
He's
those
a
naughty
right
things, but
nightmare.
we haven't seen him this time.
I think he's been around though because I've seen funny things going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you do see him at home, you will let us know, won't you?
Yeah.
I said you will let us know, won't you?
It's not Panto, is it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh no, it isn't.
Anyway, just please let us know if you do see that naughty elf, because we have honestly all week we've been looking around for him to take pictures of him sitting on the photocopier and all that sort of thing as well. But I'm sure they'll let us know if they see him.
There was a funny mark on the photocopier I saw.
What? Oh,
You
we
haven't
had to
been-
clean
you
the
haven't been
glass
sitting on it,
again.
have you?
No, it's not me.
Oh, it must have
You
been
know
him
that would
then.
break it, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the penultimate round then.
Okay. There's a guess. They're saying, is David dunking Pringles in wine? They think that's what the catchphrase is.
Okay, well, it's a good guess, but it's not right. If it's what does that chap say on telly? If it's right, I'll give you the money myself. I think it's what he says or something like that. Anyway, okay. Oh, hang on. Someone says it's behind you.
What is?
I don't know. No, nothing. Just the set. Normal. This has always been here now, over a year. Colin says Tammy's looking at David and thinking, "What on earth?" Bob's got another joke, by the way. What carol is heard in the desert? "O camel ye faithful."
Ah. Oh, dear.
James at M0UK says it's behind you.
What is behind us?
I don't know. Can't imagine.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, let's have another look. And now we're nearly on our penultimate round. Okay, so it's time to look at that countdown conundrum, isn't it?
Countdown
Tammy?
conundrum.
I
Yep.
think so.
Da, 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 da.
So this is another part in our series called NARC Does Countdown, and this is what we call the countdown conundrum before we reach the finale of tonight's extravaganza.
I should probably just come back to us for a sec because it's the countdown conundrum. Obviously, it's only the first person that can have
All right.
the 10
True.
points for the conundrum. So it's going to be a bit of a fastest finger first kind of thing. So on BATC, if you just want to write something like me,
Yeah,
M-E,
yeah.
if you know what it is.
Well, no,
And then we'll
don't
come
they
to
have to type it in? I think we've got to tell them we've got to type it in.
What, type the word in?
Yeah, that's what we discussed earlier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got to enter it. So the person who wins this round will be the first person to put the correct conundrum in.
Okay.
That's how it works. All right?
All right.
Remember, I
I'll
know
go with
we've
you.
all been put out with all the earlier stuff. We were so rehearsed, and now it's all
We
gone
were.
wrong. I don't know.
Right, okay.
Somebody else is putting it's behind you.
What's behind us?
Can't see anything.
Can't see anything.
Anyway, so this is the countdown conundrum,
Okay.
and it's the first person to correctly put the word that this can make on there will win the 10 points. Here we go. Good luck.
Okay. Here we go.
So for those not sure what a conundrum is, I think most of you know, but it's making that into a word that makes a lot of sense.
A 9-letter word.
It's a 9-letter word, a real word. Radio amateurs should know this, actually. It's the only clue you're getting. Boo! Stuart and Zena, I'm sorry, you put conundrum. It's the wrong word.
Okay, I'm going to cut off that now for a second.
So,
we'll see.
What did you make of that? I hope we're going to get someone to get it. Got someone saying paramedic. No, the Ken M0KJW. If you can stop the jokes just for a moment, please, so that we can do it. We've got pandemic. No. Pandemic. No. That's not the right word. Impedance. Bob, G6PWS has got it right. Let's have a look at it again, Tammy. It is... So, Bob, G6PWS, you win 10 points for getting that correctly. I was thinking about giving you clues like, match made in heaven and that sort of thing, but I didn't want to give you too much of a clue. Impedance. Impedance, yep, that's the one. And Phil's got that as well, but I'm afraid you weren't first, Phil, so I'm really sorry about that. Can only give 10 points to the first person to get it, because after that, of course, it's on the screen. So well done to Bob, and well done to all the others. Pandemic was one of those words, actually, and we almost put it up. If you ever see the one on telly, they sometimes do put clues up before it goes to the advert. That's the 8 out of 10 cats does countdown. But we didn't want to confuse you, so that's why we didn't do that. But we knew pandemic could almost be, well, it could be made, couldn't it? But it wasn't 9 letters.
Pandemic was 8.
It didn't use every letters. That's why.
It didn't use an extra E or something.
That's right. Anyway, so you have got it right, Bob. Well done to you. That's 10 points to you. And now it's time to... Oh, it was the last bit of the...
It is the end of the catchphrase.
Nobody's got that. If you catchphrase is the last or the penultimate thing that we're going to ask you. Do you have any idea of what that picture is? Let's just show you where we've got to now. We'll quickly put that up now. We've got to give you a little bit of time to answer. What do you think is happening in that scene? If you can describe it, you can get 10 points as well.
I don't know what's going on there. Something weird.
So have a look, because we're now going to reveal the last square. But once we reveal that, I'm afraid it will be too late. Anybody know what is happening there who hasn't entered anything in yet? If you think what it is, I'm just checking back. We haven't missed anything here. What carol is heard in the desert? O camel ye faithful. Oh, we've read that one, haven't I? Yes, sorry. Is David dunking Pringles in wine? No. What do snowmen wear on their heads? Ice caps?
Ah.
I read the dictionary once, but kept changing subject. 1 second late. Yeah, I'm sorry, Phil. We had to take the first answer that came in there. Do you reckon?
Give Phil 5 points.
5 points. All right then, Phil. We're going to give you 5 points.
Yeah.
But you see, once it comes up on there, you couldn't really do it. Tony M0TDK says, who ate all the cheese? Bob G6PWS says, you eaten my Pringles. Any other clues of what catchphrase is going to be, what the subject's going to be? I think we're going to have to reveal it, Tammy.
We're going to have to reveal it, are we?
Not going to have any more cheese jokes, are you?
Yeah, I'm just going to have one more.
Next year I'm going to buy you a plain one.
One more. What did the cheesemaker name their twin babies?
I don't know. What did the cheesemaker name their twin babies?
Cam and Bert.
Right.
Right.
Okay, we're going to reveal now the last square. So nobody's got it right, but this is what's happening. Have a close look at this. Oh my goodness, I didn't know you saw me do that.
Are you learning Morse code?
No, I picked it up by accident. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, you can see I am reading a book on Morse code for radio amateurs. Now this is a lesson to you now. If you're going to tell anybody you want anything for Christmas, if you want to tell them you want a Morse book, make sure that you quote the author. Because if you say you want a Morse book for Christmas, they could give you one by Colin Dexter. But if you're not careful, they could give you one written by Roger Cook, G3LDI, and that is that book there. Anyway, thank you very much for taking part and having fun in that. We had fun taking that picture, didn't we? And just in case anybody's wondering and they see the glasses there and they think, blimey, that's sherry there. It was actually...
Sherry?
It wasn't. It was Coke. Well, mine was Coke.
Giving the game away
well,
now.
I know, but Anyway, it was only Coke, honestly. Thank you very much. Thanks very much for joining in with that bit of fun, hopefully, for all of you there. Okay, it's now time for
Are you going to read that ode?
Oh, yes, I am. I will read that ode while you get sorted. Yeah.
I'm already sorted.
And by the way, we do have to decide who's the winner as well at this point.
Oh, we do.
Remember?
Yeah, we should ask people.
So, can you be adding your points up, please?
Yeah.
I've got so many cameras in here. We've got 4 or 5 cameras doing different things in here, and I can't think which one to look at. Yeah, we're now going to come up to the point of this is the very last part of the programme, you'll be glad to know. And we need you now to add up your scores to find out the overall winner tonight. So please add up your numbers and pop them onto BATC. And the winner, well, we'll tell you what happens there. Oh my goodness me.
Roger says you got classes now.
No, I've got the book. Don't need classes. Let's have a look. This is, yes, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to do this, aren't I?
You find it.
It's all going so well. Here we go. This was from Bob, G6PWS.
Here we go. Why don't you have full screen?
My fault. While you get on with setting up the final round. Okay. This is an ode from Bob. It's really good. Here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house the harmonics were sleeping, and so was the spouse. The antennas were hung from the chimney with care, in hopes that some signals would come through the air. The receivers were nestled all neat in a row, with filters and tuners all ready to go. With a strong cup of coffee sitting at my right hand, I had just tuned into a radio band. When out of my headphones there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my desk to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, to determine the cause of this odd static crash. The moon on the crest of the new fallen snow gave my antenna wires an unusual glow, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a weird little sleigh pulled by 8 tiny reindeer. With a strange little driver who looked like a hippie, I thought for a moment my brain had gone dippy. More rapid than eagles his reindeer they came, as he wheezed, cursed, he called them by name. Now Tentec, now Icom, now Yesu and Phillips, on Grundig, on Sonny, on Kenwood and Collins. Watch out for the porch, watch out for the wall. Stay out of the way and don't let me fall. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane ride, when they met with an obstacle they kicked it aside. So up to the house top the reindeer they flew, and got tangled in wire, the old hippie did too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard through the ceiling a great deal of cursing, swearing and squealing. As I shook my head and hollered out, "Stop!" down the chimney the hippie fell with a plop. He was dressed all in denim, from his headphones to tail. His clothes smelled like sweaty socks, and his breath like cheap ale. The stump of a cigar he held tight in his teeth, and the rancid smoke circled his head like a wreath. He had a fat face and a great big beer belly that shook when he burped like a bowl full of jelly. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, opened up my receiver and tuned it with a jerk. Then sticking a finger inside of his nose and giving a burp up the chimney he rose, the receiver it squealed and gave out a whistle, and the stations I heard that night would fill an epistle. And I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy DX, old man, next time leave on a light."
That was really good.
Thank you very much, Bob. I don't know if you wrote that. I have a feeling you might have done, because I've seen similar writings things for you. Thanks very much for that. Oh, we're over there now.
Oh, sorry, we're over there now.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's given us enough time to set up for the last round. But well, first we'd love to know how many you've scored. Now, we've got several people entered now. How have you done? We've got Stuart, 17, Kev, 23, Phil, 22, Phil G4LPP, 22, Phil G6AIO, 24, Roger D3I, oh yes you do, LDI, oh yes you do. How many of you scored, Roger? How many of you scored? James M0UKS, 31, Bob G6PWS, 31. And Ricardo says, brilliant, very good. Okay, so 31. It seems to be a draw. Can we have a draw? Have you... there must be more of you there. I know there are about 70 or so of you watching. So can we have any more scores, please? Because we're trying to decide who the winner is, please. Roger G3LDI, I thought he would have put it in Morse, but he's put Doi points. I see. I don't know what that means. Excellent. Is that French or something?
Deux points.
Deux points.
It's like un, deux, trois.
I did German, not French.
Eins, zwei, drei.
Okay. So 31 is the highest at the moment between James and Bob. That's okay. I think we can work out a way of doing something with this.
Sorted.
We're just trying to find out who the winner is. So if you have not already entered it, please enter how many points you've entered. Please.
Put a little bit of music on while we're waiting.
This is like a lift music. Copyright free for Facebook. I have no idea of my score, says Tony.
Oh,
well, if we don't get
never
any
mind.
more scores, so are we going to give this to James and Bob?
We are.
Are we going to work out a way of
We will work
splitting
out a way. Yep.
it? Because what we're going to do,
Well, we should say afterwards.
do you think?
Yeah,
All
you're
right
going to
then.
give the game away otherwise.
Well, that's the whole point. Okay, have a slurp. This is going to take some doing.
Have a slurp while we do this. It's the grand finale.
And what we're doing is what we did before last year, and we even did it at school because they were so popular. One of the most classic, iconic games on TV over the years has been the Generation Game. And as you know, right at the end of the Generation Game, they have a conveyor belt and they reveal lots of prizes. Well, with the budget that we're given by our treasurer, we don't have enough money for a conveyor belt. We barely had enough money for prizes, to be honest. But what we're going to do is ask you all to help now, us to remember as many of the things that are going to pass before your eyes as you can, and then put them on the screen. And for all of those, I think we need to tell everybody now what we're going to do.
Okay.
Because for all of those prizes that you can remember, we will be giving them to a good cause that's going to be decided on by tonight's winner or maybe winners. All right, and that's a serious point. So all these little prizes will end up maybe maybe it's a care home or I don't know, a hospital ward or something like that for Christmas, and we're going to deliver it ourselves. So that's what we're going to do. And but we do need your help because we're going to now show you 24, I think, different objects.
24.
And you've got to remember all of them because we will count them out at the end from when you're putting them on the screen. And as many as you remember, we will be donating to a good cause. And I think it's about time to start, Tammy. So cue graphics, cue overhead camera.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Have a sparkling smile after using this energizing toothpaste. Draw your own conclusions with this wonderful sketchbook. And smell your own work with these sketch and sniff markers.
Scented markers.
Bizarre. Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
Change is as good as a rest with this chocolate money. Never miss a date again with this cute cat calendar.
Oh, look at that. Lovely.
But first, relax and tone up using this Radox Muscle Soak. Remember to keep remembering this at home, all these items. Followed by a facial with this Passion Peel-Off Mask.
Passion peel-off mask.
Not the sort of mask
Is that
I
the
expect.
mask you're going to have when you go in the shop?
No idea. Then get in the mood with this Berry Winter Kiss candle.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Why not have a drink on us with this passion fruit and mango sparkling drink?
Oh,
And for the Wonder Woman in your life, this bumper pack of tissues. No comments on that, please. Or how about some flowers? Well, these rubber gloves could be marigolds. Polish up your brogues with this shoe cleaning kit. And have softer hands after using this Love Heart hand soap. Love Hearts?
Love heart flavour.
Thought they were to eat.
Yeah.
End those cracked lips with this Nivea lip balm. and play around after tea with these festive dinner dominoes. I mean, that's play around after tea, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Light up your life with these LED tea lights. Don't be stuck up. Use this pack of blue tack instead. Touch up your world with these neat acrylic paint brushes.
Ooh.
A bottle of beer. Have fun with the tops using this bottle cap shooter game.
That does look pretty cool, actually.
It does actually, yeah. This is my favourite. Then clean up with this telescopic duster. What do you think that resonates on? Sorry, overthinking it again. Enjoy a seasonal chocolate feast with this Cadbury Christmas selection pack. And keep your favourite peckers pecker up with this pack of birdseed. Look after yourself using these throat and chest sweets.
Soothing menthol.
And keep warm outside with these magic gloves.
Just like that.
Should have been drinking. And keep warm inside with this hot chocolate. And go nuts for these garlic and herb snacks. They really are crackers. Oh, that's it.
Is that it?
That's 24 objects. Pass before your eyes. Keep thinking all the time. Keep thinking. They're saying more cheese than Tammy's calendar. I don't know what they're saying. Took ages to write this. So I hope you've been remembering all of those items and all of those items that you can tell us now by entering them on BATC. We will check them off on our list, and every one of those will make themselves to a good home shortly. What's someone written? Come on, we've got to do this soon now. Tony. We'll read those at the end because we must do, or people can remember everything. All right?
Okay.
All right. So please, nothing else, no jokes or anything, just at the moment, because we're now going to ask you to remember all of those items that you can. Oh my goodness me! Oh. What? You can't do that, Stuart. Anyway, individually, could you please enter some things? There's no cuddly toy. No, we couldn't get one. No. Not for the budget. What budget? Here we go. So please let us have known all those things. I can't count all those from Stuart. Please, I replaced the bed with the trampoline. The wife hit the roof. Oh, no, no more gates. Please, please, please. All those items there. Please enter them in. Single words or 2 words or whatever. I've got to check them off. I've got to do this right. It's got to be a competition. I think Stuart's got the lot. He's not going to win it. The winner's going to be James and Bob. Toothbrush.
Well, it was toothpaste.
Tammy, here we go. We're going to put them on here, aren't we?
Toothpaste.
Yep, toothpaste. Sorry, yeah, okay, toothpaste. We'll let you have that one. Sketchbook, markers,
Sketchbook.
chocolate.
Hang on. This wasn't so easy, was it?
No. Calendar. Sorry, cat calendar. Sketchbook, sniffy markers. Sniffy markers.
Sniffy markers.
Jockey money. Can we not use the camera above, please?
Well, we could
do. Yeah, we should do, because people can see it.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Paintbrushes.
Yep.
Radox. Face mask.
Radox.
Candle.
Hang on. Hang on.
Quick. Drink. Tissues. They're going off the screen.
Drink.
Oh my goodness me.
Tissues.
Yep. Facial passion peel. Sparkling
There's
fruit
the
drink.
candle.
Lip
Somebody
balm.
said that a
Lip
minute
balm.
ago.
Lip balm. Lip balm. Kiss
balm.
candle. Marigold gloves.
Marigolds.
Telescopic dish brush. Oh,
Well, it was a dish brush, but yeah.
Yeah. Tuned duster.
There's the
Tissues.
thingies. Oh, a sketchbook. Somebody said that ages ago.
Carex soup.
Face
Soap,
mask.
I mean.
Carex.
Wasn't soup. Yeah, it's the sort of Carex stuff. Rubber gloves.
What else we got?
Viagra. No, there was no Viagra there. Tea lights. The LED lights. Oh my God, Nev has been smart as well. He's written them all down. Cough sweets. Cough sweets. I didn't say that one.
Cough sweets.
Have you seen how many messages? We've never had this many messages. Nivea lip balm. We've said that one. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Blue tack.
Blue tack.
What have we got left? LED tea lights.
Gloves.
Gloves. Okay, we've got the gloves. Dominoes. We didn't
Dominoes.
say those, I don't think. Blue tack. Brushes. Bottle cap. Duster.
Bottle cap.
Selection bag.
Oh,
We
I've
said
got
that.
Yeah,
We've got
that's
that one.
right.
Okay. You go mad if it... What's another word for going mad? Give you a bit of clue. Chocolate coins, bird seed.
Coins. Bird
Bird
seed.
seed, we've got the bird
hang
seed,
on,
passion
just hit the
fruit.
computer.
Right, okay.
Bird seed. I've got 2 things left.
Cadbury's chocolates. Gloves, bird food. No, come on, there's some other things. Marigolds, no, we've had
Got
those
them?
ones. You look at this pile of stuff here. Come on, this is live. Crackers, we've got the crackers.
Oh, crackers.
Good,
Yeah,
yep.
I've got the crackers.
And one other thing, one thing I haven't seen written, but let me just see if it was one of those huge lists of
It
things.
probably was on the huge list.
Well, let's just see, because we must do this right. We haven't seen it yet. Oh, it's a shoe kit. Here we go.
Shake it. Yeah.
It got the lot.
Woohoo.
Well done, everybody. 24 prizes. You got it. Thank you very much. I've never ever seen so many messages coming in on BATC. So you've got the lot. Now, what we were going to do for the winner was suggest that they tell us who they would like us to donate these to, because we're going to discuss it with whoever. We're suggesting something like a care home or maybe a ward at a hospital or something like that. We may wrap them, but we're going to ask whoever's going to receive them first whether they would like them wrapped or whether they prefer them unwrapped, because that may be the case. Last year we gave them to Springdale Care Home in Brundall, because that's where my mum stayed in the last years of her life. And but we would love we think it's appropriate that the winners of tonight's competition, which was Bob and James UKS, can you decide between you where you would like this to go to, please? So Bob and James, what we'll do, unless you sort of agree on it, if you both agree, that's absolutely fine. We hadn't really thought about this, to be honest. James has put a £50 note. I don't think there was a £50 note there.
I don't think there was.
I gave you the money for this. So to James and Bob, to finally end our evening, can you decide where you would like this to go? Bob says he's happy to go with James. So ideally somewhere local, because Tammy and I'd like to just sort of deliver it, make sure they get it before Christmas. So James, I'll tell you, if you can't decide yet, don't worry.
We can put it on the newsletter this week.
Bob, I hope you are happy with that, but I could put you two in touch and you can decide. A Ferrari? No, I don't remember that there at all. So what we'll do is we will leave it for now. We'll let you know on the newsletter where Bob and James have decided to donate all those things to. It's chaos. Does it look like we did a lot of work for this? Probably not, actually. But I hope you've had as much fun as we have. This has been our attempt at an online Christmas party for you. Thank you very much for keeping with us for all the rest of the year. We try and make it educational and fun. Tonight was all about fun, and we hope you've had fun. Next week, as I said, we really do have to have a very special guest, but I can't tell you more about it because of the COVID regulations and things may have changed things a little bit. So leave it with us. If not, we'll do something, but we will be here at 7:30 next week on BATC and hopefully on Facebook as well. I think we'll still put a recording of this up as well on YouTube, because
we'll put it on Facebook as well.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
We'll
That's
put the
right.
recording on Facebook.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we will be recording this on our YouTube channel as we normally do, and also on Facebook, as Tammy says. Then people who are just on Facebook can see it there. But thank you very much for your support tonight. I'm sure you'll agree with me as well. I need to thank this lady here, Tammy, because believe it or not, there has been quite a lot of work. I can hear something. Oh dear. Hey, it's him!
Grab him.
Damn. And on that bombshell, I think all it remains is for us to say we will see you again. That's because we opened the ceiling up to put the cameras up there today. We will see you again next week for another NARC Live. Don't forget the net on Monday, the Newsnet on Sunday as well. But next Wednesday, 7:30 here on NARC Live on BATC and hopefully on Facebook as well. And watch out if you enjoyed this, or you only saw part of it, for the recording as well on YouTube and on Facebook. But from Tammy M0TC...
It may not be quite as crazy next week. Bye-bye.
I think not. And from me, thank you ever so much for watching and taking part. It wouldn't be the same without you. Do take care of yourselves, and we will see you again next Wednesday for NARC Live at 7:30. Bye-bye.